The old woman drove down the road, not another car in sight. She hummed to herself as she chugged along at a slow pace. She always loved the open road, especially when no one else was racing around. As far as the eye could see, the road stretched out before her. She had nowhere to go in particular. She could remember the days when people would take a Sunday drive, not planning to reach a destination. She sighed, wondering where those times had gone, what had become of them. She reached down and turned on her car radio to a station that played older music, from the 40s and 50s. She had fallen in love with that music. The roadmap of wrinkles on her face stretched to accommodate the look of surprise. That song! Memories flooded back. One particular day grabbed her attention. It was a long time ago, a very long time ago. Things had changed since then. Her younger self, Susan Davis, stepped out of the doorway on her way to work. She had always been proud of her job, working at the diner. It was the center of life for teens around town, and she earned good pay. She had her roller skates strapped on, rolling down Main Street. Her favorite part of the job was to take orders. She got to skate around the diner and roll outside to the cars to give them their food. She opened the door to the diner, the bell tinkling, and rolled to the counter, tying the apron around her waist. Today is a big day, she thought as she wiped off the tables and mopped the checkered flooring. It was the day she got paid, but not just any payday, no. Today was the day that she finally had enough money to buy her first car. She could cruise around town, drive to school, drive anywhere she wanted. She had been saving for years and finally had enough at the age of 17. After her last shift at 2 p.m., she would receive her paycheck and go buy her car. She had visualized it in her mind right down to the fenders. As the customers started pouring in through the doors, Susan's excitement continued to rise. She would earn a lot of tips today. Mary Sue from school was showing off her new poodle skirt and ordered a chocolate malt for everyone at her table, tipping generously. Susan spun around on her skates, grabbed the serving tray, and rolled out to the cars parked. She was exhilarated. Finally, the day was done, and with money in hand, Susan ran home to grab the rest of the payment for her car. When she opened the door, her parents were standing there. "Come on, Susie Q, hop in the car. We'll take you to the car lot," her father said, smiling. Susan jumped for joy and bolted up the steps to grab the rest of her money. The entire way to the car lot, she would not stop talking. "And it's going to be black with shiny chrome fenders with a nice interior and—" "We're here," her mother said. Susan jumped out of the car. Rows and rows of cars waited in the lot, ready to be bought. Susan, along with her parents, walked up and down the rows looking for the perfect car. Susan stopped near the end of the third row. Its shiny black paint and chrome fenders reflected the sun. It was a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air convertible. This was it. This was the one. "I love it," she breathed to her parents. They shared a smile and walked into the building with her. "Sign here, here, and here, please," said the man. Susan signed the forms and slid them across the table. The man smiled and handed her the keys to her car. Her car. Her very first car. She could go to drive-in movies, drive to any store, any place she wanted. She worked so hard for this car. She grinned from ear to ear as she got behind the wheel and turned the key. The car growled to life and Susan filled with joy. The song playing on the radio came to an end, and old Susan Davis smiled. She had such good times with that car, her first car. It had started her love for the open road. She hummed the song over again as she drove down the empty road, memories floating in and out of her mind. "What a lucky generation we were," she smiled.